Morning, beautiful people. I want to ask you a question. The eye of the storm, what does it actually look like? And obviously we're real estate agents on the northern beaches, and I'm really interested in the topic of, at the moment we're looking at COVID-19, and it feels like at the moment it's sort of that quiet period. So, you know, when you got that twister storm in America, apparently, when that twister rips through a city, it actually, obviously that first part of it goes nuts. When you're in the center of the twister, it's really, really quiet, and then it actually rips out. And it does feel like at the moment, I reckon, I'd love to know what you think, but it does feel like at the moment that it's sort of the new norm at the moment. So we've gone through that sort of, you know, maximum damage where we're actually looking at the marketplace and we're saying, and we've changed our lifestyles, we've changed what we're doing, we've adapted to what we're actually doing, and now it feels like it's that sort of new norm, that COVID new norm that we're used to. Now, if that's the case, where this is that sort of new norm, it's actually pretty cool, because hopefully it may then mean that the storm's actually passing, which may then mean we're going to be coming back to normal over the next couple of months. So if you've just tuned in, I'm just talking about the new norm, and is this the center of the storm that we're actually experiencing now? It definitely feels like it to me, where you're actually, you know, it seems like everything on balance, all that change with people working from home, all that change with no traffic, all that change with food, shelter, all of the grants and all that's coming through. It seems like it's all settled down now, and now we're just adapting, and now we're just getting used to it. Now, if that is the case, and you are looking to make a move, and I'm not here spruiking property, I always am here spruiking property, but I'm spruiking anything. I think it's an opportunity time at the moment where we may actually find that this is, if it is the center of the storm, technically that means it's the all-time low. So if you're going to be consuming something, or you're going to be, you know, buying, or you're going to be making a move, now may be the very perfect time to do that, because it may be that all-time low to do that. And I had a chat this morning with on the morning walk with Lisa Novak, and we were saying that when you're actually looking at property prices and you're indexing, it's sentiment is tied in with property prices, is tied in with COVID. It's like a chain. So when you tug COVID in a bad way, as in it's, you know, there's more infections, it's getting worse, you then tug sentiment, and which makes people not feel confident, which then tugs property prices. So at the moment we're getting asked as real estate agents a lot about property prices. People don't really know what's happening, where it's going to go, what it's going to do. The question I get asked, which it's beyond me, but it's how long? And my answer to that is, and you know, talking about this morning, that eye of the storm, my answer to that is, guys, you've just got to have a look at COVID, and you just got to have a look at how that affects sentiment. Now, it appears that in terms of with infections and stuff like that, if we end up getting the confidence that we are in the eye of the storm, and we have passed the eye of the storm, that will then give us positive sentiment. Then that positive sentiment will then translate over to property and consumption, where people will go back and they won't feel scared to consume, and they'll go back to their regular patterns and regular life. So guys and girls, make the decision. Is this the eye of the storm? You know, and maybe you form that decision over the next couple of days. Maybe it's weeks for some people, maybe it's months. If it is the eye of the storm, it may well be a time to actually consume something, or go back to your regular patterns at an all-time low. I know if I was negotiating on a lease for a commercial property, I would to go into something and it's going to be a home for the next 5 or 10, 15 years, I've got to tell you, I reckon this is a cracker time to do it. Bill, Sentiment is very low at the moment, and will be for the next 3 months, absolutely. And again, back to the eye of the storm. Luke Moroney, looks like you reckon it is the eye of the storm and we're actually coming out of it if you're saying consume, because that consume word, I think is going to be is also is tied into sentiment, which then is tied into pricing of stuff. So I don't personally own any stocks, but again, I think people's biggest concern is it going to get worse with property prices? Are property prices going to go down? Are stocks going to go down further? And then I think if you take it to understand that question, to answer that question, we've got to go back to the cause of the root of all evil, the cause, which is COVID. So is COVID going to get worse? Is COVID going to get more sinister? And if it is, then we don't consume. But if it is not, then we are in the center of the storm. Bill, however, now is a time to look for opportunities and set for the future. So maybe not make a move, but is what Bill's saying, is maybe not make a move, but actually do your research now. Check out what's happening out there and get ready to pounce when that time comes. It's an exciting concept in concerning times, but guys, have a good think about it. This is what's been happening to our world is almost like a war, and it is almost like I've likened it in conversations to a bushfire. I've likened it to a tsunami. I've likened it to this pandemic is I think this is the closest that we'll feel to war as a society, and I think when we're looking at the levers within COVID-19, it's very, very important to look at is this the worst part of it? Because if it is, guys, if this is as bad as it actually gets, then now is the time to make your move and buy whatever you're going to buy at an all-time low, because I think that's the center of the storm. Guys, I hope this conversation has resonated with you. Everyone, thank you for your comments today. Have a great day. Stay positive, stay healthy, and have a happy Easter as well if I don't see you guys before Easter. It's a beautiful time of the year that we get to spend with our family, and a good time to reflect because, wow, the world's definitely changed. Take care, guys. See ya.